Hi guys, Tom here on the Velocity YouTube channel, back again with another truck walk around video. Today we are talking about this awesome K5 Blazer. It's actually a certified pre-owned unit that we've had come back. The customer owned this K5 for a little while and decided that they wanted to upgrade from a Signature Series, which is what this vehicle is, into our Heritage Series K5. Now the good news for you guys at home, potential customers considering K5s, is because this has come back in as a certified pre-owned, it is at a slightly different price point to our normal Signature Series vehicles, and this particular K5 features a couple of upgrades that are really nice that I'm going to walk you through today, alongside walking you around the rest of the vehicle like we would normally do. Let's start by talking about the exterior, and of course the main thing on the exterior is going to be the paint color. This color is called Bavarian Blue, and for those of you who like our Ford products, it's very similar to Ford's Brittany Blue. It's a baby light blue metallic paint, so it is a metallic paint, but a really nice finish, light blue, very similar to Brittany Blue, but it's called Bavarian Blue. Bavarian has a little bit more silver in the undertone of the metallic than Brittany does, so it does really have like a silvery pop when you get up close to it, but it's a really nice color, and of course, as everything with Velocity, the paint finish on this truck is absolutely fantastic. There's no panel that's left untouched, and the actual depth of the paint is really nice. It has a really good presentation about it. We'll go to the front of the truck and talk you through some key features of the grille. So the grille is of course a first generation style K5 grille. There are lots of different grille variants throughout the years, but this one in particular, as I like to refer to it as the cheese grater grille, it's what it reminds me of. This is what we do in almost all of our K5 Blazers, and so this is what you get. It's a really big chrome grille, lots of little details in there, and it makes for a really nice front end of the truck. The headlights on this one are Holley's Retro Bright headlight. What that means is this headlight looks like an old school halogen lamp, but actually it is a brand new LED. It's just designed to look vintage, so you get the vintage classic look, but with the performance of a modern LED, which is really nice. These are also super durable as well. They're really great product from Holley. We've used them more and more now in our vehicles. You do have a lower chrome front bumper as well with the reflectors, and of course you get the Chevy blue ribbon, the badge that's always going to be there on a Velocity K5. Really nice little detail there. The actual hood of this truck, there's a couple of different options. You can do, dependent on the year, you can do like what we call a slanted nose or a flat nose. On this one it's the flat nose. It has the better stance, in my opinion, the better look for the K5, given that they are a lifted truck and they just look a bit more aggressive. Come down the side of the vehicle then, and because this vehicle is a Signature Series K5, you do have a lot of the chrome accents that you would see that are a bit more OEM on the vehicle. So for example, the side mirrors are the OEM mirrors, the door handle is the OEM door handle, and the rims on this one are the very popular bullet hole style wheels that you're going to see on both our Chevrolet and our Ford products. Of course, we use those rims on all of our Broncos. Really nice piece of kit. Behind them is a full disc brake system, which we're going to come on to in a second. Now, first major upgrade on this truck, which the customer had us do, is this soft top. And so it's by a company called Soft Topper, but it wouldn't normally fit with one of Velocity's custom made roll cages. So this one actually had a custom roll cage made. We make every roll cage to every K5 that we build, but we don't normally make them with the tolerances to allow for a soft top. However, the customer wanted a soft top on this one, so this roll cage in particular had modifications to allow this to fit. Now you can see there's buttons and poppers all the way down the side of the roll cage. There's, the side of the cage and the soft top. There's clips, there's Velcro, so this can actually roll up to become like a safari top just on the top, which is pretty cool. And we've opened the back up here so you can actually see what that looks like. Thin strips of Velcro that hold this down. There's zips here that come down, and then there's a metal bar that retains inside these clips. So really easy to get up and down. You can clip it in and up, and that's the same with the side panels as well to, again, give that safari look. I'm gonna open the tailgate up really quickly for you so you can see what the load area looks like. We've got the top bag in there, and again, because this is a Signature Series, you've got Raptor lining all the way throughout the underside of this truck and on the top side. You do also have some simple rubber matting as well in this vehicle. The customer wanted this vehicle to be quite utilitarian when they originally bought it. It was actually going to be taken on trips and for photography and things like that, so it was kept pretty minimalistic and pretty simple, but it works really well. Again, very durable, very usable, this material. Loads of load area space in the K5s, lots and lots of space, so can comfortably fit 4 or 5 full suitcases in there, equipment, things like that. If you want to go to the beach in the truck, loads of space to put coolers in and things like that. The other cool thing about the K5s is you see at the back that they all come with a standard 6-point roll cage. This 6-point roll cage means that the rear occupants can have 3-point harnesses or seat belts in there as well, so extra safety if you've got kids. And again, the K5 is a great platform because of its longer wheelbase. If you do have a larger family and the kids are regularly going to be in the back of the truck, they have a lot more space back there as well. So really nice option, loads of space in the load area. All right, let's take a step through the interior then. And this is where one of those second upgrades that the customer had us do when they originally spec'd this car out becomes apparent, and that's the seats, which we're going to talk about in a second. The actual material in here is a full tan leather. It's really, really nice, like a middle kind of brown leather. So it does have that upgrade as well. It isn't just the standard vinyl. It has been upgraded, and because it's a signature series, it has this really kind of reduced, very classic looking door panel, and the rest of the interior is very classic. The stitch patterns, the seat inserts, the design is all very, very classic. It isn't designed to be flashy. Again, it's designed to be nice and utilitarian and usable. You do have an upgraded billet door handle release. We make that in-house. That's a really nice little bit of product, as well as electronic windows. So these look like old school manual window regulators or winders, and actually those are the OEM ones, so they do look very classic, but yes, they have that modern functionality of being able to press up, pull up, push down, and that will control the window there, so you don't have to manually roll, which is nice. Another thing which is nice, getting into the vehicle is made super easy by the powered side step. So as you jump in the truck and open the door, when you're getting out of the truck, you'll notice that these pop up and down, so it doesn't ruin the look of the truck when you're driving along, when you've got the door shut, but then when you open the door they pop down and you can get in and out of the truck, which is nice, makes it easy, especially in a K5 like this, because as you can see, it does sit up quite high. This seat is a Recaro seat. We're going to talk about that here in a second when we film from the other side, but for now I'm going to talk about the steering wheel and the rest of the instrument cluster. This steering wheel is our standard signature series steering wheel. You're going to see it in most of our vehicles, both Ford and Chevy, that are signature series products. It's really nice. It's got a wooden rim, feels great. The wood itself is very nicely detailed, finished in a clear coat around it, so it's nice and smooth, comfortable to hold. And then you have chrome for your center and your splines and for your horn button as well. All of that stuff looks really great, and you'll have seen that before on our vehicles if you watched our videos. You've got an adjustable steering column as well, which is nice, and of course lots of adjustability in the seat too. You've actually got, because it's a Recaro, probably can't quite see it on the camera, but you've got some adjustable support at the back for your actual like lumbar for the lower area, as well as forward and backward seat recline, and the actual seat itself can move forward and backwards as well. All right, behind the steering column you have a full brand new Dakota digital dash, and so this instrument cluster panel basically looks old school, but actually it features modern technology. So there are two small screens, and those screens can display live miles per hour, the remaining fuel distance you've got, temperatures, things like that. They also display alerts if you need them. So that's a really cool piece of technology that doesn't ruin the look of the existing vehicle, but gives you some modern functionality, which is nice. So I mentioned just a moment ago that this customer opted to do the upgraded Recaro seat, and actually it's a really, really nice option from us. This seat goes from just being a low back seat or like a premium high back, more OEM looking seat, to a full racing style seat. So when you go to the Recaros, you get extra adjustability like I just mentioned. You do get side bolsters as well, which are great. You get a big head rest, which is nice, and you get extra adjustability at the bottom here too. So pulling this forward, kind of like on a modern truck, you can actually move that. I guess it's like under the kind of bottom of your legs. The extra support there, which is really nice. It's incredibly comfortable. These seats are really nice to sit on long distance. They're very, very comfortable indeed. Very premium product, kind of a bit race style seat really, but they work great in this truck, and again they make it feel very comfortable. The truck was designed to do long road trips for the customer. You've got a center console here with a cubby box. Inside the cubby box there's lots of space for iPad or phones or things like that. You've got two drinks holders, and that's also got a USB-C and a USB 3.0 charging port as well on the front, so you can plug your phone in. Obviously with it being a signature series, it doesn't have the full custom center console. If you want to check out one of those those videos, go and watch a Heritage Series K5 video on our YouTube channel. You can see kind of side by side what the difference is between the Signature Series and the Heritage Series. Again, this truck, the Signature Series, is designed to be like drivable every day, more utilitarian, maybe not quite as flashy. So that's why the interior is a little bit more simple. What's not simple is the infotainment system. So this K5 features, as another upgrade, a full doubled-in head unit that's been flush mounted into the center of the dash here. That's an Alpine system that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of that good stuff, so you can fully plug in or wirelessly actually connect to this head unit and have your Apple Maps and your Spotify. That's going to power a focal speaker system. So we've got speakers actually in the kick panel, speakers in the back, the rear panels, there's a sub in here, so loads and loads of volume so you can listen to music as you drive, which of course on a truck like this, especially if it's a nice day and you've got the top off, is just going to be so much fun. These K5s drive amazingly well, which we're going to come on to in a second. Above the infotainment screen, you do have the Vintage Air AC controller. It's not actually a Vintage Air original like classic system from the vehicle, it is brand new. The company is called Vintage Air, and basically what this is a brand new modernized AC system that is hiding behind a very simple old school looking control. So this controls your fan speed, this controls your direction, this controls your temperature. Of course, it's here in Florida, it's warm right now, so this is turned all the way down, and these work incredibly well. We use Vintage Air systems in all of our vehicles, and for good reason. You want to be able to be comfortable when you're driving a vehicle like this, especially when you've got the top off, and so having that AC blowing nice and cold is really important. Got a dash pad on top of that that's been finished in the leather, as well as the sun visors, and then of course I mentioned earlier you do have a full 6-point roll cage inside this vehicle, which has had some light modifications to it to fit the top. However, it doesn't ruin the look of the roll cage. It does look really, really nice when the top's off. And the really cool thing is, because you've got the roll cage, you've got the option of the full soft top, which has got fitted here, but you do also have a safari top that comes with this truck as well. So not only is there this material top here, which is the full top, which in theory you can roll up and just have the top on, then in summer you could remove this entirely and just have Velocity's custom pop-in safari top that just covers the front 2 passengers and the rear occupants. So you basically have complete versatility all year round. The only thing you don't have obviously is a hard top, but you wouldn't need a hard top now that this mounting system for the soft top's being installed. It is waterproof as well, I hope you can see, but the actual seals of like all of the doors, everything around, all the clips, the way it's been mounted to the back of the tub, everything is designed to actually keep this cabin nice and like contained and inside when you have everything shut down. So it really does feel like an enclosed cabin when you've got the top up, which is really nice. All right, let's walk around now the drivetrain of this vehicle. So engine, transmission, chassis, braking, all the stuff that makes this K5 go. And that's really where, obviously, Velocity puts the majority of its kind of engineering focus and what makes this vehicle special. We'll start with the engine. It's a brand new GM LT1, produces around 460 horsepower. It's a 6.2 litre V8. What does that mean in layman's terms? That means this truck is nice and powerful, nice and fast, and this engine is modern and reliable. So yes, a K5 like this from Velocity, including this one of course, can do well over 80, 90 miles an hour on the highway, no problem, and it gets to those speeds actually very quickly, even for a vehicle like this. The LT1 in particular is really nice low-end torque, has a lot of power, and so in a heavier vehicle like the K5, it's just really nice to drive, having that throttle response there. When you're merging on the highway or overtaking somebody, you always know that you've got more power when you're running one of these LT1s. Behind this engine is a 10-speed automatic transmission, the 10L80, and actually you still do have your high and low range as well. So it's a 10-speed transmission, but you do have 4-wheel drive, high-low too. The great thing about the 10L is the shifts are lightning quick, so way quicker than you could shift manually unless you're like a pro racing driver or something. And again, what that's doing is basically making this truck comfortable to drive, easy to drive on the highway. We see a lot of these K5 builds out there where they might use an LS3 or an LT1 engine, but look for the gearbox they're using. Are they using a 4L? Are they using a 6L? They're good gearboxes, they're good transmissions, but when you're on the highway doing 70, 80 miles an hour and you're going to want to drive a truck like this as much as you can, you're actually going to be like, right, especially in the 4 speeds, you're going to be in 4th gear, bouncing off the rev limiter. It's going to be making a ton of noise. It's not going to be comfortable. Whereas in a truck like this with the 10 speed, you're going to have none of those problems whatsoever. This vehicle sits on a brand new Roadster Shop 4-link coilover chassis. So the guys at RS provide all of the chassis for us. They're our main chassis partner. We don't use anybody else, and for good reason. These trucks drive incredibly well. The K5 combined with a 4-link coilover chassis and the extended wheelbase of it, it just all comes together to make a truly daily driving truck. And with the soft top that we've already mentioned, this vehicle could be driven all year round, no questions asked. It's a really, really nice example of what we do. For disc brakes, we've got a Willwood Hydro Boosted system all the way around on this one, so you do have disc brakes all round. You can stop quite as easily as you can go. Now this engine bay is much bigger than a Bronco engine bay, and so there is obviously a lot more space to work on, but that doesn't mean the guys have been sloppy in their installation. I hope you'll agree at home as you're watching this video. This engine bay looks very OEM. It looks like it was designed for this engine to be here, and that's just a testament to the guys, the way they run all the hoses and the fittings and the fixtures. It is just incredibly, incredibly clean. It's easy to do something like this wrong, but it also isn't immediately obvious when you see something done as well as this. It just looks normal. That's why I'm pointing out, is actually the guys just do an incredible job of installation. One other thing I'm going to point out is these billet hood hinges. They are the only piece of billet on this vehicle because it's a signature series, but these are billet. They are really nice. They just help with the extra weight of the K5's hood, lifting it up and down, so that makes things really easy. The firewall has been painted, although the firewall guard is finished in Raptor, and the underside of the hood is painted as well, just to give it that extra kind of premium finish. So I think that about covers it for this truck. It's a really nice example of what we do, and best of all, it's a certified pre-owned unit. So it does again come in at a slightly different price point to a brand new truck. Now, it does still come with warranty. So all TPO vehicles from Velocity come with a 1-year bumper to bumper warranty. You don't get quite the full 2 years that you would on a normal truck, but you still do get a year of worry-free driving. And that year can be extended at the end to take it to the 2 years if you want to. So you still have that flexibility. This vehicle does qualify for financing through our partners at Woodside Credit. So if you wanted more flexible payment options, you want to know more about that, if you're on the for sale page of this particular vehicle, scroll down and you'll see the monthly payments estimated to give you an idea of what this sort of truck could look like from a finance perspective, which is really, really nice. It's a great example, honestly, guys. It's a Bavarian Blue truck. It's so classic. It looks great. We wanted to show you the top on it just so you could see that functionality. It looks fantastic with the top off as well and just the roll cage open. It really looks like a summer truck, kind of transforms it. But then you've got that flexibility, like I keep saying, of being able to drive it all year round too. It's available for sale, low mileage CPO, offered at a great price and available to drive away today. If you've got any questions on this one or anything else that we do, feel free to drop us a comment if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on the for sale page, send us a DM. Put in the contact form, send us an email or pick up the phone. That's probably the easiest thing, so you can get in contact with us. And if you're on social media, again, just drop us a message, leave a comment or send us a DM, all that good stuff, and the guys will get right back to you. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.